Welcome to the Coin Age, and it's a beautiful morning out today. So we are back in Final Fantasy 1. This is part 4. We are going to try to get to the volcano today. We are going to hopefully get some more spells that we can use. Get some level 7 and level 8 spells. Getting flair for our black mage there, and getting, I think it's, it's the upgraded spell of Blizzard. So go ahead and get in our airship, which we got in the last episode. This thing makes getting around so much easier. This is where we're going to be going. Not going there just yet. We're going to go up here. We'll eventually have to get to that town. This will be where the Flying Fortress is, where we gotta go to that. We have to get to this, but I am going to the town of, I believe it's called Gaia, right here. Only way to get to it. There are no ship ports on the northern part of the map, so the only way to get to these places is by the airship, which is why I went for that airship as quick as possible. So yeah, we're going to spend some time getting a little bit of Gil before we go into there, because having that upgraded Blizzard spell will definitely help us, and having the upgraded Cure spell will help. So, since we gotta go into that one place anyways, let's send these two. Stop, warp, and kill. So, really not worried about those. Null All, we will be getting that, because it's going to make it a hell of a lot easier to go against Chaos. But while we're here, let's go ahead and check out the weapons and armor. Cat claws. Don't need them. Cat claws are for the thief, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, we need to get a little bit of Gil. So, before we go on the volcano, we're going to go to that fortress that you all saw I flew over. Well, before we do that, we're actually going to do... So, this is where we're going to go. We're going to get Gil on the way there. I'm not worried about these holes right now. These are for the dragons. I gotta find the right one. Probably go into a couple of them before I figure out which one's the right one again. To upgrade the class. But I'm going in here to go over here. Not to fight these guys, but you know what? Gil is Gil. Experience is experience. And we'll take all that we can get right now. But it's not the reason I came over here. The reason I came over here is right here. This is the traveling caravan. Go in here. Welcome. That's what we want. So we need about 40,000 Gil real quick. So let's go ahead and get that. We need the bottle fairy to get past a point. So let's go ahead and get enough to get that. Unfortunately, this is kind of the boring part where you gotta run around, get some stuff. No, we're going to go ahead and use magic. Welcome to the stream. There's a town over here too, if I remember correctly. Yep. So this is the town that we're going to have to go to once we drop the bottle ferry off over at Gaia, get the item it gives, and then we come back down here. We'll go down there, and down that stone path, there's somebody we talked to that actually get into the sub. Okay, not worried about those spells. And that's the only one out of there that we want. Let's see. Okay, no weapons or armor stores, so. Oh, that was a waste. So I haven't actually done anything off of camera or off stream. I'm trying to make sure I do everything on stream so that way you guys can see it and where all I gotta go. Wait, if you guys ever want to do a playthrough, you know, you guys get the game or whatever, you have a full walkthrough that you can follow. So like I said, this is where we're gonna go. But to get there, we have to land up here. We do have some cottages with us, so we're good there. And I gotta change that damn auto thing. And now we just need auto attacks. I'm not really concerned with anything else. Yeah, when you join the stream, you can just say hi, just so I know who's in here, and forget poison stays on you. I go around this way. And this is one of the longer trips you gotta make. Fuck that basilisk. But while we're getting Gil, we're also going to get some experience that we are in desperate need of. I've done a playthrough where I beat the last boss at level 48, but I'd like to be a little bit higher to make the fight a little easier. Because at level 48 it took me 2 tries, and yeah, it was a little bit of a pain. This time I'm going to be a little bit more prepared when I go after him. Okay. Go ahead and use the cottage here. Obviously, before I go in anywhere, always save. Because if you've done some stuff and you don't save, you know. Hey, this is the trials. Yep. I got the... Oh. One of the things I already screwed up. So let's go ahead and load that back up real quick. Go back in. So this is Citadel Trials. You come bearing the crown, I see. So the crown that we have was the one that we got for the Dark Elf King that we had to defeat earlier. The one that actually gave us the Mystic Key. So that crown gets us into here. Your fortitude cannot be questioned. Indeed not. Very well, I shall grant you the right to undergo the trials. Go now, set upon the throne. Your courage will be put to the test. If true courage dwells within you, you will find proof of it here. This might be where I get the rat tail. I can't remember right offhand. I thought it was in the Flying Fortress, but if it's here, we get upgraded classes sooner. So, this can be a pain in the ass to get through. Go through this one. We do want to get the chest. So, go up through this. And preemptive strike. Welcome to the stream. I try to encourage all the people who watch my stream just to say hi. This one will take me there. We want to go to this one. No, we don't. We wanted to go to this one. So there is something that we need to get out of here. I just can't remember exactly what it is. It might be the rat's tail. If it's the rat's tail, then that means we're going to be making a trip to visit the Dragon King, Bahamut. We wanted to go on that lower one. Like I said, this area can be a pain. A little bit of damage that they did, I ain't too worried about. I'll just go ahead and heal it back. Upper one. No, it's the lower one. Oh well, I need to get Gil and some experience, so walking around a little bit in here ain't gonna be too bad. We can pretty much take everything in here without too much of trouble. That way you guys know, the ones that are watching, I did finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The final stream for that is up. If I get enough likes on the videos, I might do a hard playthrough, but I gotta figure out if I want to put myself through that torture of actually playing the game on hard. 469, 359, 434, 249. So it should be this one. Yep. So we'll go over, grab that chest, and then we'll head down to the steps. Oh, that's a bitch. I actually forgot that these bastards can actually one-shot you. Then again, that's not helping matters. Son of a bitch. That's alright. Need to use items anyways. Go in here. Potion. Or Mind Flare. We do have the first attack though, so that's a plus. Really don't want to go through all those again, so I'm going to go to the right one here. Go up and around. Normally I would hold my magic for later on, but yeah, we're getting rid of these as quick as possible because those fire spells will Nightmares I'm not too worried about. They hit hard, that's about it. Healing staff. These can paralyze, so, or put to sleep. My bad. Ruby armlet. So we're going to give you the ruby. Increase your defense a little bit. Ice brand should be a sword. That'll be perfect for going through the volcano. And steel gloves. I think they are actually, no, they're actually weaker than mithril. Yeah, another group of enemies I really am not going to screw around with. And unfortunately, the warrior's going to lose a little bit of experience in this fight. Damn. It happens from time to time. You just finish a fight and you can't pop them back up quick enough. Got a cottage. And of course, monsters. And golems. Oh yeah, I gotta change that. So it's about 1100 experience difference. Rat's tail. Okay, that is what we needed in here. Now we gotta fight this guy. Which 2 zombie dragons really ain't gonna Damn it. So the rat's tail is what we want to go for. That's right, you get the thing for the Excalibur, the Flying Fortress. Rat's tail's here. How much gil are we looking at the moment? 80,000. We need a little bit more than that. We do have enough to go to buy a bottled fairy, though. Uh, 386. I still find it funny that the white mage gets more health than the monk does. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go buy the bottled fairy. $476. Now, he sells strength tonics, stuff like that. They raise your attack during battle. Yeah. This all, I think, just raises your stuff during battle. I never use it. Never saw a purpose for it. I'm sure other people would argue that point and say, well, there's a purpose. No, there's a purpose for every item in a game. So, these are all the Dragon Islands. One of these holds chests in it, and one holds a Bahamut. Just getting Gil right now, which is fine. So the one with the Bahamut in will have a long path. But, you know, each cave. These are just the other ones. The Bahamut one won't show up on the map until you're actually in it. I have to fly all the way down here. Ah, come on, there's enough room for that bitch to land there. Damn it. So we're actually going to be upgrading our class. Fighter will become a knight, monk will become a master. Then it's white wizard and dark wizard, I think it's. Cottage. Take it free cottage, it's 2,000 gil. So yeah, even though I'm looking for Bahamut, I'm going to take all the chests that I can get. Okay, we'll come back to this cave. We want to make sure that we got all the chests out of all the caves. Just that one. Yeah, it'd be nice if it gave you the gil for when you have full items. Dry ether, golden needle. So if you are trying to do a playthrough, this island with the 2 caves on it, with the forest, after you get your rat's tail, go into this cave, follow this path down this way. Go down these steps, go into here. Now he won't show up on your map, but you'll see this on your map, like crosses on the ground. And you just walk up. Long has been since men of courage stood before me. Your bravery seems worthy of consideration. This is Bahamut, the Dragon King. The rat's tail you carry is a fitting token of courage and strength. So be it. I shall honor you with titles befitting your valor. And there's your upgraded classes. You have the Knight, Master, White Wizard, and Black Wizard. So we have done this a little earlier than what I normally do it, but it is what it is. We got that done out of the way. We're gonna fly up to Gaia real quick. By the way, down in the town that's down that way is where you should get the flare spell. This is what happens when you bring the bottled fairy here. It instantly leaves the bottle. So we want to go up to there. Where I do. That's the one I wanted. Break, I'm not worried about. Go ahead and grab that. So everything I wanted to have before I went to the volcano, I do have. Having Ice Brand is definitely beneficial going in there. And having the upgraded Blizzard spell before going in there is actually nice. Yep, up here. And you're the ones who rescued me from that bottle. I'm sorry about running away, but I was just so scared. I'll get you some oxyale from the bottom of the spring to make up for it, okay? So basically, this item that the fairy is getting you basically costs you 40,000 gil. But it's the only way to get to the underwater temple. You obtain the oxyale. Air will flow out of that water for as long. Air will flow out of that water for as long as you have it. We do not have enough gil to really be going there. And I don't want to go there just yet anyways. I want to get the Rosetta Stone first. So, we're going to go in the volcano. Go ahead and save. Of course, you know, the pixels are going to be a little different now. go in here, grab these chests. Yeah, I know the master kind of looks like a side profile of what Elvis might have looked like. Mithril helm. And the nice part about what level we are and being upgraded classes is it's going to make running through certain areas a lot easier. Let's see. Yeah, to avoid walking on the lava, we're just going to go up and around, grab all them, grab all those, and then out the door. Yeah, as you can see, the dark spell doesn't really do much. Hold is the biggest pain in the ass. We'll go grab this chest off to the side here first, and then grab that one, then work our way around. Okay. 506, 413, 444, 255. Having some cheap, easy experience is nice. Do apologize, getting through that too quick. Antidote. Mithril shield. Like I said, some people might even enjoy using axes in this game. I do not, even if they're a better weapon. And a phoenix down. So on this stream, what I would like to do, and that's a dead end up there, ain't it? I'd like to get through the volcano, and I would like to get through the underwater temple on this stream. Yeah, that's a dead end. So we're going to go down to that door. These are basically cock trees with a little bit more. We don't want him to fall too far behind in the experience. That would have been another 300 or 400 he would have fell behind. And you start having people fall behind experience. And you gotta do extra battles just to get them up to levels, and it just slows your progress. Having him dead for one battle was enough. Just so you guys know, there were no chests on this side. Doesn't look like there's anything over there. And I use Nothing over here. So if you want to actually avoid battles in the volcano, just walk the lava the entire time. Or you can turn your battles off. I forget how to do that right offhand. There's another 19 chests here. I don't see any doors. Yeah, lava does a little bit of damage, but it's not really enough to deter me from walking into it. And there's two of the 19. Gold needle. Mm, 2,700 kill. Next door is right there and over there, and then there's a door there, a door there, door there, and then there's steps. What we'll do is once we go in this door, we'll check, see where some chests are. Knife. There's 5 chests over there, there's a chest there, there's 2 there, there's 3 there. So that's 3, 5, 6, that's 11. And that'll be 13. And then it just leaves 4 chests. That gives us 2 ice brands. We were running 2 warriors. Flame shield. Level up. 420. My nephew would be fond of that number. Go ahead and do a little bit of healing. And the flame shield should be better. It is. So that door, then up there, then down to that one, then to the steps. Got 37. Let's see, do we already have that spell? Yeah, we already have haste. Both of those are Gil. There is one area I gotta go back to actually get one of the chests that's up here at the Marsh Cave. I gotta get. I did get all of them. Which ones am I missing? Is it just the Chaos Shrine? No, I'm missing 3 in the Cavern of Earth. I gotta go back and get. Probably won't do that in this video. Probably do that in either the next stream. Or just cover that in the stream by itself, which is going to be like 5 minutes long. So that means we have 4 left. And they are all on this level. So what we're going to do is we're going to run up to that door. See where the chests are. None there, none there. There's one there, one there, one there, and one there. So we hit these 3 over here, dart back towards the middle, come over, grab that one, then go down to the boss. Potion. It's not so much of getting the items, but, you know, there is a trophy for collecting all the chests in the game. Most people recommend going against Chaos around like level 55, give or take. Me, I like to push the limits sometimes, and I'll do it at lower levels just to see if I can do it. And once you beat Chaos, you get a little star next to the save. I will have to heal soon. still good for right now. $451, 31-point increase is nice. 474, 261. $565. Flame mail. Gives me a little bit more evasion. I'll take it. So we're not going to heal yet. I know I'm pushing the envelopes of these fights. We'll heal now. So you are the ones who defeated the Fiend of the Earth and roused Marloth from her slumber. The power of the burning flame is mine and mine alone. Those who oppose me shall burn in hellfire. Attack, attack, attack. And we're going to use that on him. Attack, attack. And we'll use Hastening Warrior now. Yeah, it can double the hits that you do. So. Got them all. How much gil do I have? 117,000. We'll fly back up here to Gaia. I think that's where the healing spell is that I need. No, but it's where that one is. And I already got that one, so the other healing spell has to be in that other town. This town. We still have to kind of fight down in this area somewhere. Okay, fine. Use the canoe to get across and here. There we go. Saber and blind. Not worried about it. Go ahead and replenish some of the items we have. So we're getting ready to go into the underwater temple. I'm going to go ahead and go up here and heal. So talk to her. You have Oxyale. This is what we need the Oxyale for. You are the ones we've been waiting for. Please save the mermaids. We now have access to the underwater temple. You want to get in the barrel, of course. So there is a specific item that we have to get from here. So before we actually go down the levels, we want to go up levels. There's a chest there. So we will get that chest. here in a moment. I think we need to go up first. Chest there, chest there, chest, chest, chest. All the other rooms except for that one. Chest in. Gotta love it. And getting almost 5,000 experience for the group to share is actually kind of nice. Yeah, I love how water elemental looks like it's a fucking tornado. But I guess you can go with whirlpool. Level up. 73, 458, 479, 284. Be nice if the black ones were actually diamond armor. It would be nice if it actually got fucking hell for a change. This is where it comes down to people choosing between an axe or sword. In the long run, the game actually wants you to run swords because it gives you Excalibur and the legendary Masamune. If you don't know the sword by name, you'll know it from probably the most famous Final Fantasy villain of all time, Sephiroth. His sword is the legendary Masamune sword. That long ass katana that he has. It's the Masamune. And we still got one more, so go down and around. Okay, this is the floor that we want to be on. So the Rosetta Stone is up in that far right one. To get to that one, you have to take the path up and around to the left, and it will circle you back over there. So let's see where the chests are. So one up and over, those two at the bottom, then those two, then those two. Diamond armlet, Gil, more Gil. We'll go ahead and give him the diamond armlet. Give that one the ruby one. That one still got silver. So to get to those two, we gotta go up and around. So if I remember correctly, you won't run into any monsters on this floor, which is kind of nice. Diamond shield. So we just got those two and then up and around. Oops. Yep. Gil, more Gil. More Gil. Got almost 78,000 gil. See, just takes you up and around. Go in here. Diamond helm. Diamond gloves. And this is you've attained the Rosetta Stone. So the town that had the graveyard in it, is basically a graveyard town. That's where we gotta take the Rosetta Stone to. So now we gotta take the steps leading down. The steps should be right up here. Just so we don't have to come back. No chest. They've all been gotten. So we want to go over there. And yep, we did leave one chest on this floor. I love preemptive attacks. Sorry about that, my dog was going off. And now we can actually go and take care of the boss in this area. Oh, it's up we go. I have 81. So you'll mostly get the bestiary done by just running through the game. There's a select few enemies that you may have to go back and collect. Those enemies include the War Mech and the Iron Golem, mainly those two. And that's just because of the spawn rate. The Iron Golem's like 1 in 64 battles. The War Mech is like a 1.6% chance it'll spawn. So it could take you 5 minutes, it could take you 3 hours to come across one. But I will show you where you can come across them at. Wire killer. So we're definitely going to make it through the underwater temple with probably a decent amount of time left. So we're going to go to the door down here to see if there's any chests. Go ahead and grab these two. $7,600 gil. So let's see. There's 3 over there. There's 1 there, and there are 4 there. So that's 5, 8, and that's all that's left. Go in here, grab these chests. And of course, the first one I come across has fucking monsters. And it only gives me 11. And of course, monsters. Some bitch. Get rid of that one. That one. And yeah, we're going to try to get rid of everything with one shot here. Science gloves. Go ahead. And we'll hold off on healing for a while now. We'll keep Thunder up. However you pronounce it. Thunder spell on for right now. $609, $472, $511, $310. Light axe. Yeah, the master is really starting to hit hard right now. That's why I will always recommend having one of them in your party. The ribbon, I don't think really does much. No, it doesn't. I think it stops petrification. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. Again, we will go with something. When there's that many enemies that can poison you, you want them gone as quick as possible. Damn. I was hoping it wouldn't matter, but of course it does. Wanted to put healing off for a little bit yet, but okay, that should be all chest. Yep. So now we're just looking for the boss room. Hello, good morning. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. gotta go across there, down there, and then up. Yeah, I can understand you pretty easily, so don't worry about that. Yeah, I just got it as a digital. Welcome to the stream. Which one was your favorite? Huh. Humans do impress. I would not have thought to see you here. I do not really think you can defeat the Fiend of Water here in my own domain. Fools, these dark deaths shall be your tomb. I know it's going to sound cliche, but yeah, it's going to sound cliche, but you know, my favorite Final Fantasy would have to be 7. 10 is definitely a close second. But Final Fantasy 1 definitely was the one that got me started many years ago. Yeah, I've actually got Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth on my YouTube channel right now. And some of the videos are still up on the on my Twitch at the moment. Give me 1 second. Yeah, they did a wonder when they remastered this. They really did. through the Water Temple a little quicker than what I was planning. I'm just going in here to rest real quick. And then grab some more high potions. And welcome to the stream. A little bit later, I'm going to be streaming Horizon Zero Dawn, the second part of it. I'm going to be putting this second part of the actual first game up. So I got to remember where this damn town is. Melmond. I wish you all the luck. So we came to this town to bring the Rosetta Stone. Got to get around to the... You want to bring the Rosetta Stone to him? Just a moment, let me see that tablet. This is the Rosetta Stone. This makes it possible to decipher Lufanin, which is a language you need to know in another town. Yes, of course. That's what that was. It all makes sense. Here, allow me to express my gratitude by teaching you Lufanin. There. There, now you can speak Lufanin, too. RPG Jonathan, I hope you have a good stream when you start streaming, and hope to see you back in mine. Now, reason you need to learn that language is for here. Gotta land. Where is it that you can land? Do I have to land all the way the hell up here? Yeah, I do. to go in here. And there's a thing that most people don't know. They believe that Cid was first mentioned in like Final Fantasy 3 or something like that. But we are the Luthien, descendants of the race that once lived among the clouds, the Sky People. You use a vessel you call an airship. It was built by one of our ancestors, a man by the name of Cid. So Cid was actually, his very first mention of Cid was actually in the original Final Fantasy game. We have a legend that has been passed down through many generations. According to this legend, 400 years ago, after the fall of civilization in the sky, warriors bearing light will come forth to save our people. So we are actually looking for an item, if I remember correctly. That's why we actually come here. I think it's this one down here. Before you leave, legendary warriors, take this chime with you. It will grant you passage into the Mirage Tower. That is what you need. You attain the chime. So you're coming here for the chime. But to get through all that, you have to get the Rosetta Stone from the underwater temple, which I did the walkthrough on how to get that. And then you have to go to that graveyard town, get him to translate the tablet, then come here, get the chime, and then it unlocks the tower in the desert. Oh. Is it here? No, because they don't have any of that here. Where is that? I remember it offhand. $500. Nice that my master finally broke 500 health. That's a benefit. $641. Level 36. So it now opens a tower up. We have to land down in this area to get to it. But I am going to actually, yeah, what the hell? We got enough items. So if you're looking for the Allosaurus for your bestiary, you can get it here in the desert. And in the forest leading down to that town we just came from, that's where you can get the T-Rex for your bestiary. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the cottage. That way everything is completely healed up before we go in here. I'm going to go ahead and save. So this is a dungeon where you'll run into the War Mech. The War Mech is classified as a miniature boss in this game. That is why he only has like a 1.6% chance to spawn. when I get to the level that he spawns on, I'll let you guys know. But he only spawns on one level in this fortress. Tent. Okay, Aegis shield. Guards against stone and poison. At least I don't have to worry about the warrior being petrified or poisoned anymore. Okay, got all the chests there, so we can exit out of the door down there and keep on going. I was just going to do the volcano and the underwater temple, but because the stream hasn't been too long so far, that's what kind of convinced me to just go ahead and go to the to this area. Welcome to the stream. All the way over, then down. Some of these battles that we get in here really ain't worth fighting, but sometimes it's quicker just to complete the fight than actually try to run from it. down here, go in this room. Bunch of chests. Thor's hammer. Cottage. Gil. Mostly Gil. $508, $545, it's $362. Sunblade. Okay, that's an increase. 10,000 Gil. Dragon Mail. Okay, I can go out either door. And I saw the chests in the Mirage Tower. $669, not bad. Our friend left on a journey to the west. He took the warp cube and went to see our master. Dragon. Use the warp cube to travel beyond the sky. It will take you to the flying fortress. So that's where we're heading right now. If it'll let me. Why is it not letting me? No, I got all the items I need. Oh no, I might have forgotten to grab something. Of course, I forget the one key item that I need. I can't believe I made that mistake. Yeah, I could reload from the last save, but I'm not. So what I forgot to do, I forgot to go into the waterfall cave. And that's the waterfall. No, still gotta land over here. Couldn't break 700, had to be 699. While we're over here, we're going to check, make sure we got all the spells that we need. Six chests in here. I have been waiting. Take this cube, Tiamat, Flying Fortress, please. You obtain the warp cube. Wizard staff, another ribbon. We're going to put the ribbon on that one. And the defender. The only one that can be stunned is the Dark Wizard, but I'm going to let him try to kill everything real quick. I don't want to. encounters off for a second. That way we can get in and out of here. I'm not too worried about getting experience at the moment. We are level 38. That's right, Saber and Blind. And then this one, I think I got the ones I need here too. Yeah. So since I have the encounters turned off for a second, I am going to go do something real quick. It is Cavern of Earth, is where I'm going to be heading. So I missed 3 chests in here when I first came in here. I just gotta remember where they are. So, got all the ones there. That's why I have the encounters turned off, so that way I'm not pissing around in here with fights that don't mean anything. Those are the 3 I missed. So the second level, there's 6, not 3. Coral Sword, Tent, and 330 gil. When you first come through here, that'll probably help you actually out quite a bit. Now the Chaos Shrine has 7 more chests, but we'll tackle that on the next stream. As you can see, we got every chest everywhere now, except for the Chaos Shrine. So now we're going to head back over here. Yeah, don't make the mistake I made. Go get the waterfall cave before you come here. I'm going to put encounters. Actually, leave them off for a second. So I do have encounters back on. Now that I have the warp stone, I can now go to this. So up here, there are a bunch of chests. There's 33. Shit. So there are 5 there, 1 there, and 4 there. So there's 10 on this level. Here, I get these first. I put the encounters back on so that way I get some experience while doing this part at least. I gotta turn that off. So, skill, healing helm, protector ring. Okay, bring his defense up some more. 5,000 gil. Down here. Ambushed. Razor is a sword. Not a good enough one. Five 48, 557, 392. Got a halfway decent roll for a change for the mage's health. Over 700. So there's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10. Little crystal looking thing is what you need to get. That's the main thing you're coming in here for. And before I end the video, I'll show you why. damage. Let me throw home. Okay, having another ribbon is actually nice because I can put that ribbon right on them, and now I never have to worry about petrification again. Diamond shield, I think I'm going to leave that Aegis shield on there just because of the effects from it. This is a very special item. This is the item you need so you can get Excalibur. You've attained Adamantient. So you need that item so you can get Excalibur. Without that item, you cannot get Excalibur and you'll have to make a run back through here. Try to get it on your first run. There are 14 chests left. That's 4, 8, 14. Gil, Gold Needle, Gil, and Sasuke's Blade. I believe that one is for the Red Mage. But yeah, if you're running a warrior, definitely get that Adamite or whatever it is. Or if you want the trophy, or get an Excalibur, definitely. Kill, protect, cloak. And that pretty much gets all those chests. And now we just go. $564, $569, $445. So on the 5th floor of the Flying Fortress, this is where you can run into the War Mech. This is the only place in the game where you can run into him at, and he has a low chance of spawning. But he is a mini-boss. You know, I say he has a low chance, and I'll probably end up running into one, which is probably the funny part. $723. So before, yeah, no, I don't feel like fighting them. Best way to kill them is with magic. There's Tiamat. I'm going to stay up here for just a few minutes to see if I can't run into them. See what I mean by sometimes running from the fights actually takes longer. We'll do a few fights, see if we can't run into them. So the best way to take care of these guys is to just do this. We'll do one level up, see if we can run into them. If we can't, but this is where you run into them at. This is where the Warmech is. You just gotta take some time to actually run into them. Like I said, it could take 5 minutes, it could take 5 hours. It's all about luck at this point. But this is also a good place to, you know, if you're a little bit on the lower level side, you know, if you're around like, I don't know, let's say level 36, 35, 36, I would definitely recommend leveling up here a little bit. Have some healing potions which you heal, do what you need to do. I leveled up, so I'm going to go after Tiamat. I'm not going to stay around here and beat around the bush to try to find it. Heal up. The Lich. Marilith, the Kraken. You have defeated 3 fiends and reached my lofty perch. All the better. May the image of Tiamat, the fiend of wind, be the last to burn in your eyes. We're going to use haste to our advantage, like we have in every boss fight. It does damage, but it won't actually poison us, so that is a benefit. And this is why you want that big heal all spell. Hits, 290 damage. Go ahead and cast that one more time. And we'll hit it with that. Go ahead and leave. We're going to do one last thing before I end the stream. So we are looking for... Yeah, I think that's where we need to go. Mount Dur. When we come, my next stream will be there. Counter's off for a second. So we're back in the dwarf place. Go up here, talk to the blacksmith. You'll give him that ore. Hoots, I'll use this to make you the finest sword you ever wield. Done in all my years. I've never crafted a finer sword. Go on, take her. She's yours. You attained Excalibur. And that is how you get Excalibur. Excalibur's not a bad blade. It really isn't. So, we are going to end the stream there for today. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you enjoy the stream, please give me a like, share, and follow over on YouTube because this video will be uploaded to YouTube. And please give me a follow here on Twitch. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And enjoy it.